morning, West Michigan. I'm Emily Scarlett.
And I'm Tanner Holbrook. Thank you so much for waking up with us and watching on 13. Plus, we're laughing because my tie and her dress, they're like very, very similar. We love it. And
yeah, matching cool. Perfectly this morning, guys.
See? No, great choice with you. We have Chief Sam over here looking at the forecast for us. Another round of winter weather expected for mostly our lakeshore folks.
Yeah.
But again, that bitter cold kicking folks out of school this morning.
Oh my gosh, the cold is the worst it's been all week long.
Yeah, it's kind of like a punch when you walk out there.
It is a punch when you walk out. Coldest we've been so far this week, especially for the greater Grand Rapids region. Our actual temperature right now is sitting at -5 degrees in Grand Rapids as well as Sparta, -3 in Holland, -3 up towards Mecosta as well. You will notice it is a little bit warmer stretching through Muskegon County, still only sitting in the single digits. You factor in our winds, which are expected to be strong throughout the day today, 35 to even 40-mile-per-hour wind gusts blowing that snow around and causing additional rounds of lake effect to fire off. But factoring in those wind gusts right now, it's sitting at -25 for our feels like temperature in Grand Rapids. That is a 15 to 30-minute skin exposure that could result in both hypothermia and, of course, very, very dangerous to get stuck outside in. And we've got more snowfall to talk about soon here to bring us system snowfall, but it's not just the system snow. I mean, we can't get that lucky just to have one layer of snowfall coming through. No, it's the combination of both system snow and lake enhanced snow as well that's going to be feeding these numbers even higher in terms of snowfall totals. Now, we're starting off with very light lake effect snow this morning. This is just the beginning. That warm frontal boundary arrives right around noon today, funneling in the system snow, and then winds start to intensify right along this system. We're talking 35 to even 40-mile-per-hour wind gusts, reducing visibility to near blizzard-like conditions. As we continue on throughout your Wednesday and those winds work across our warmer waters, they're going to fuel that system snow with lake enhancement as mentioned until finally the winds pivot as our cold front passes through on Thursday. That change in the wind direction, though, only bringing additional rounds of lake effect snow to both Ottawa, Allegan, and Van Buren County as we head throughout your Thursday, likely extending your winter weather advisories there. In terms of snowfall totals, we are talking another 6 to 8 inches of snow, if not localized higher amounts for everybody in northern Ottawa County, stretching up through Ludington. There will also be a swath of 3 to 6 inches clipping northwestern Kent County, and then seeing 1 to 3 inches of snowfall for the remainder of Kent and Ottawa County. Of course, all of that warrants that winter storm warning that is in effect. And says I do see some improvement in the forecast today in terms of the cold temperatures, though. But look at this, just a frozen scene over Grand Haven, who we know has been sitting underneath snowfall for multiple days now, still seeing patches of sand, and that just goes to show the winds whipping this light dusty snow around across the region, reducing visibility at times. And today, near blizzard-like conditions can be expected for Ottawa, Muskegon, and all the counties to the north. Temperature-wise this morning, the coldest air we've seen so far this week, we're sitting at -5 degrees. That's our actual temperature here in Grand Rapids, -6 in Kalamazoo, -3 right now in Holland. Our lake effect cloud coverage started to break apart. That will be short-lived today, though, as our next system moves through. Actual feels like temperatures sitting at -25 for GR, -17 right now in Big Rapids, and winds are expected to only strengthen throughout the day today, gusting at times from 35 to even 40 miles per hour along the lakeshore. Sitting at 6 inches of snow. We are not done yet. Our 13 weather impact alerts continue for both today and tomorrow as additional rounds of snow and cold this morning prevail in the forecast. Now, in terms of our temperatures, it's going to be coldest this morning. We're sub-zero right now. It will remain cold through noon, but with our southwesterly wind, that is actually going to continue to usher in a slightly milder forecast, and then heavy snowfall comes along with it. But between now and around noon today, we still will sit between -20 to -12 degrees. So make sure you are covering any exposed skin. It can be dangerous at this time. Low pressure system itself gliding towards us. This is 1, going to uptick our winds, 2, bring us some system snow, and 3, enhance those lake effect belts out of the south and west. That continues all throughout your Wednesday. We eventually see a shift in the wind direction again to out of the north and west headed into your Thursday. That change in direction of wind will bring additional lake effect snow to southern Ottawa County, Allegan County, stretching through Van Buren. By by 5 o'clock tonight, I expect around 3 to 5 inches of snowfall from northern Ottawa, extending up through Ludington. During the overnight hours, those totals start to push to 6 to 9 inches of snow in that northwest quadrant. The further south and east and inland that you travel, the lower those snowfall totals do become. The rest of your 13 on your side 7-day forecast is sitting at -5 degrees in Grand Rapids, -6 in Ionia. You'll notice that our lakeshore counties do have a little bit more warmth to them, but they experienced lake effect snow all throughout the overnight hours, so they're not doing great in terms of road conditions there. Factor in the winds right now, which are sustained out of the south and west at 8 to 18 miles per hour, and it feels like -25 in GR, -17 in Big Rapids, and -13 still in Muskegon. In addition to these frigid cold temperatures, we also, right now, everybody experiencing this cold air mass in some capacity. -4 degrees is our actual temperature here in Grand Rapids right now. You factor in the wind, it feels more like -25 outside. As we head throughout the day today, we do see some relief in terms of these temperatures as that low pressure system works through and our southwesterly winds pick up, but that still is keeping us at around -10 degrees by noon today, finally reaching back to around the single digits by 5 o'clock tonight. With these strong winds, as mentioned, we expect our lake effect snow and system snow to blow and drift, reducing visibility even worse than what we experienced the last 2 days along our lakeshore counties. I do not think it'll be quite as bad for Kent County as what we experienced, but that system continuing to approach us, and as it does so, it will start to bring snowfall within the next hour or so, really starting to intensify that snowfall with lake enhancement by noon today, and that continues until around 10 a.m. tomorrow morning before changing directions. That's 6 to 8 additional inches of snow from northern Ottawa County, extending up through the US 10 corridor. 3 to 6 inches of snowfall once you get into northern Kent County, as well as eastern portions of Newaygo County, stretching down through southern Ottawa County, and then lower amounts the further south and east that you travel. Of course, this all doesn't come at one time, but it does all come during the evening commute time frame, especially the impact part. Hour by hour forecast here brings around 3 to 4 inches of snowfall between now and 5 o'clock. This likely isn't even picking up on the lake enhancement embedded within that system snow, so chances are those numbers will be even higher. We continue to see that kind of sneak inland between now and early tomorrow morning, and then watch as the winds pivot to out of the north and west, and we start to see increasing numbers from Holland stretching down through South Haven, an area that has been hit so hard over the last several days. The rest of you in the metric system earlier,
Yes.
so I did a little conversion for you because in meteorology we do use it. So it's -5 degrees outside Fahrenheit, right? You subtract 32, you multiply that number by 0.5, that gives us -20 Celsius outside.
You lost me at
all of us.
-32.
And that's why we didn't get cold days as kids.